Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene once again. This is our next project for Thanksgiving. We're going to do the Horn of Plenty. It's the Thanksgiving Horn of Plenty, and we'll have some pumpkins and some things, vegetables and fruit coming out of the front here, and the basket in the back. Or the horn basket in the back. So let's get started here. What I did was I went ahead and put a line down the center. It should be this darker line, okay? Why don't we do that all the way down? And how I measure a lot of times is use my finger against the wood and just rolling it down like so, okay? And then you can, how to check if it's the same distance, you just go from one side to the other till you meet in the center, and then you know you've got the center there. So it's a very simple way without using a ruler. I believe this is about 2 inches thick and 2 inches high by, I guess, 4 inches long or so, something like that. But anyway, what we want to first do, and it's a systematic kind of thing, we actually have the horn coming out and around to the left. So the point, as you can see, is right here. We're going to make sure that we have that slanting more to the left when we cut it out. But the first thing I want to do is I want to get my knife open here. If you're a beginner, please put on your carving glove and your thumb guard. If you have one, it's strongly recommended, but it's your personal choice. You choose not to do so, that's entirely up to you. But as a instructor, I would recommend that you do. Okay, now here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this out first. We're going to kind of cut this down and around a little bit, and then we'll start on the basket. But we just want to show where our lines are here. So the way our grain is running is this way, okay? So this is like the brim of the basket. So is this really a beginner's thing? Not really. I think it's a little more advanced than that, but I would never discourage a beginner to try this out at all. I try to make this the same depth here as here. So once we get this all cut out a little bit, all we need to do is to round up the corners, and that's pretty well it. So, alright. If the wood's a little tough for you, you can use that alcohol and water mix. That works really super well. You know, so I would recommend that you try that out. This piece of wood is really kind of soft and nice and easy to work with. Okay, so we're just going to kind of see if we can pop that out and start rounding it up a little bit. We can take it just gives, we don't want to cut past that line because that's kind of our reference point. Same here, we can cut this corner off with a little bit as we're going, but we definitely have to make that a little bit deeper than what it is. Actually, we're trying to round it up to here, you know, and actually what we should do is put another little line or figure out where the middle is from here. Let's see, one there, and okay, it's a little further. Okay, so that's our center line. Let's do the same thing there. We'll measure it the same from there. Remember, with our finger and leaning it up against there. That's where that should be as well. Well, maybe not. Maybe a little further. Let me look at this again, because I cut those corners off. It makes it a little more difficult to get down there. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's the center right there. Okay? So it's the center between these two lines, and the center between these two lines. Alright. This wood was really super light when I pulled it out of the pile. I thought, oh, this might be a real nice piece to work with. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to do a stop cut up to the, so it just gives us a reference point, okay? That's all I'm doing there. I'm going to chop some more of this off down here. And I'm going to chop some more off here. You have to be mindful how the grain is running, folks. It does make a difference. So we're just going to try to round this up a little bit. I have my own pattern here that I did, and I'll show that to you on the next segment. We're going to do this side as well. We're just trying to follow that line down. There we go. And try to round that up to that center line. Okay, we should do more on this side, make this side match. It's a lot more cutting than normal, but that's okay. Alright. And we're going to cut this out behind here. Alright. Alright. And I'm going to go down here and do the same thing to the bottom here so we know where this line is as well. Alright, so this is what we're trying to achieve here. Let's just see if we can pull some of this off here. I have really no idea how this thing is going to turn out. I have a general idea, but I haven't made one of these before, and I've seen them relief carved, but I've never seen one done in the round. Hopefully I'll make it simple enough for you. I haven't quite figured out how to do the front yet. I don't think the basket is as much as the challenge as how to put the vegetables in there, you know, and how do you layer it in there, and I think I have an idea of how to go about it. Alright, I'm just going to chop this out here. Alright, so this is where it should be, kinda. It should be kinda starting to round up in the front. We won't worry about rounding this off completely because a lot's going to be removed here anyway. We're just trying to establish a shape on it right now. That's about it. And we about have it rounded where I want it to be, so that looks good. Alright, so doesn't look like much like anything quite yet, but we're going to just go ahead and make this line here yet. And you know, you can move those lines over a little further once you start the basket all the way around. We're just going to chop this out here. Alright, I'll be back.